Meet Sandy, a farmer who combined her passion for animals and her lifelong love of fiber art by starting an alpaca farm in New Hampshire. Sandy started her herd around 10 years ago when she decided to move to New Hampshire and buy a property with enough acreage to support livestock. She wasn't sure what she wanted to farm at first, but after learning about alpacas, she realized they were the perfect animal for her.
And she listed all these features about alpacas, and I said, I could do that, I could do that, I could do, and I was sold.
I asked Sandy how she got started farming alpacas.
But I like the idea of backyard yarn, so we were contemplating about it, and then a friend shared with me about this alpaca farm up in Vermont who was looking to retire and find homes for all their alpacas. She was fabulous. I still am friends with her today. Her name is Beth. And she just was really kind. I was pretty much felt like I was over my head because I didn't know what I was doing. And I just said, okay, I'm definitely interested. And she said, just prepare a list of questions and then email me.
The internet was not the plethora of information that it is now. There was very little information about alpacas. So I learned from talking to people, going to other farms, and of course my mentors, and just spending time with them.
Sandy's alpacas were a massive hit on social media. Since she began selling her wool, she sold out every year. Sandy believed so many people had an interest in her remarkable alpaca fiber because of its unique properties.
It's hypoallergenic, it's biodegradable, it's wicking, it's fire retardant. There are so many benefits to it.
One of her most popular products are her alpaca dryer balls, which are replacements for conventional dryer sheets.
But I just weigh it out into 1 ounce fluffs, and I'll process it into a ball, and I'll wet felt it until it comes out.
Besides selling her raw yarn and dryer balls on her website, she also sells her own handmade creations. I asked her where she got her inspiration and what her dream project would be.
I grew up liking to do fiber arts, crocheting primarily. My mom and my grandmother were both crocheters and knitters, so they were my primary inspiration. So I always had interest in fiber arts and yarn in particular.
I would love to make a blanket, a throw of some kind with all my alpacas yarn. So every now and then I think about it. What kind of blanket would it be? Would it be stripes? Would it be squares? How would I incorporate the color and pattern? I don't have to do it now. I can start it anytime I want, but I just kind of have this idea of I'll know the pattern when I see it.
Sandy works a separate full-time job and finds time to care for alpacas before and after work, as well as during her midday lunch break. I asked her what keeps her motivated to care for her alpacas and her favorite parts of working on the farm.
I love having people come and just having a wonderful experience. They get kissed by an alpaca, or they get to feed one, touch one, pet one.
Well, working with the animals is in itself rewarding, just socializing with them, but having their fiber come off of them and going through that process of shearing it, collecting it, cleaning it, sorting it, grading it, sending it off to the mill, and then have it come back as yarn, for example, is like having your kid come home with their art project that you want to put on the refrigerator.
In her alpaca farming and fiber arts, Sandy takes a very careful and controlled approach.
Yeah, I'm not somebody who says, oh, I'm going to do that and just leaps off. I kind of study it and just try to research it, see if it's within my wheelhouse of wanting to learn and it's something that I can achieve. I mean, the mittens, for example, was something I just learned how to do like a few months ago.
Having witnessed what can happen when alpaca caretakers become unable to care for their alpacas. It weighs on Sandy's mind what's going to happen as she grows older and is unable to care for her larger herd.
But I think actually the hardest thing before us right now is how long do we keep doing this? You know, because it is a thing of joy, and I could see us having alpacas for a long time, but maybe not this many.
But one thing is clear. Sandy loves her alpacas, and they love her. She won't be getting rid of them anytime soon.
You know, the animals are out in the field, and what I'll do is I've got probably 20 minutes, and I'll grab a bucket, and I will go out there and weed by hand. And the alpacas are on one side of the field, I'm on the other side, and I'm just listening to the wind, I'm just listening, feeling the sun on my back, and next thing you know, I've got several alpacas. They've just meandered and made their way, and they're checking out what I'm doing, and just, you know, it's just so peaceful, and it just centers me.